all of my children, life goes on. To all of my children, to whom death has just
many years have come and gone since that day? How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called. The warrior of light. What sayest thou, Master Matoya? We may accept this fate, or defy it, but we cannot deny it.
Deny? I am not wont to run from my troubles. Until our friend returns, I will hold the line.
This town certainly has changed, and not at all for the better. I'm not going anywhere. I promise you, Minfilia.
This tragedy, greater even than the seventh umbral calamity, must be undone. If history must be unwritten, let it be unwritten.
Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to the stream, everybody. It's good to see you all here today. We are here playing Final Fantasy today. A bit of a change from the normal pace that we usually play with, but it's something different, and it's my promise to you guys to provide content for you guys that you'll enjoy, and that we can have fun together and we can relax. And I said it before and I'll say it again, we have fun. It's the simple purpose of it all. Now, over on Call of Duty, we were not having fun. Over here on Final Fantasy, we can have fun, and I can communicate with you guys as much as possible. So the whole goal of this is to give you guys the content that you guys want to see. And some of you may not like the fact that we're changing over to Final Fantasy. However, I needed a change. Needed a change from doing what we were doing before, and this seems to be the way it happens. So without further ado, I bring to you Final Fantasy XIV Online. The link, if you would like to come and play and start having fun with us as well, is in the description. There is a free trial available, which goes through the first 3 expansions, if I remember correctly. It just doesn't have the final expansion there ready to go, but it does cover those 3. So you'll have A Realm Reborn, Heaven's Ward, and Stormblood. So those 3 you'll have. Shadowbringers, unfortunately, you won't be able to play under the free trial, but there is plenty of content to get through to keep you going until you decide whether or not you actually want to go through with this. Big shout out to Tom, Mr. Smelly Cat, for the like and for the share, for coming along and being with us all the time. It's good to see you here, man. It's been unfortunate that you've been stuck dealing with so many different things at the moment, and hopefully things start to get better for you, man. Lucas92, mate, how are you doing? Thank you for your like. Big congratulations on the newborn. Good to see you're still around, my dude. I hope streaming's been great for you. I hope you're having a great time. And John, thank you for the like as well. I appreciate it. Good to see you here as well, hanging out. How are we all doing today? We are here. We're going to play some Final Fantasy. The goal of this, there has been a large influx of players coming into Final Fantasy. A lot of them refer to them as refugees or whatever they want to call them, but that's not for me to say. You guys coming over from either World of Warcraft, Elder Scrolls Online, whatever you're coming from, guys, this is the channel for you. We will be going through all of the entry-level stuff, going through the do's and the don'ts, how to make money, what we do in the game to keep you engaged in it and playing as much as possible. Now, today I won't be starting off with a brand new character. I will be continuing off the character I already have, going through a few things with that. Actually, you know what? No! We will. We will go to this new character. Where is it? I think I put it on Aegis. Was this the one? No, that wasn't it. Whoops. Nope. World. Where were we? Ramuh? There we go. We'll come out over here and we will actually be playing this one. He is a pugilist, level 1. We'll be starting out from scratch, going in, showing you the ropes, getting you excited for what you can start to play with us. This is it. This is Final Fantasy. Guys, welcome. And thank you for joining in and tuning into this channel. There'll be a short cutscene as we first load into the game. Other than that, we will get straight into it. Little intro that comes with. As you've just seen, Square Enix does not skimp out on the cinematics. The first 20 minutes, 25 minutes of this live stream has been about that, so here we go. The graphics are very impressive. The detail to everything. I'm gonna be quiet while this goes through, so you can enjoy the most of it.
Here. Here. Feel. Hear, feel, think.
Unfortunately, it hasn't auto-synced that, so we'll have to do this. We can read through this, I think. I'll read it to you, so try and put on some acting voices, see how we go with that. We'll try our best. You're a mourning something fierce for a while there. Oh, there it is, right there. That's how we do it. Oh, dear. Feeling the effects of the Aether, I reckon. You get used to it though, don't worry. You there, halt. My acting skills are not that great, my accents are terrible. This is what it's all about. Inspection. Men, search the carriage. Just an honest peddler friend, so don't be disappointed if you find nothing of interest. Very careful around them brass blades. Hard bastards have a shirt right off the back if you fancy it. Like common bandits they are, only less honest. Thank the gods for sending some beastmen to the rescue, eh? Hey, seeing as we've still got a long ride ahead, you mind keeping me company till we arrive? Them young'uns don't much care for conversation. Brendit's the name. Rightio guys, we've got a few choices coming up. Here in the comments there, give us a shout on what choices you think I should be making here. There's a few that will be coming up very soon. Why did I become an adventurer? To gain power, to win glory, or to amass a fortune? As a pugilist, I can't really gain much power. There's not much glory to be had. To amass a fortune, well, we all like a bit of gold. It's the first trip to Uldar. Look, for you guys, yes, it's my first trip to Uldar. The Uldar is ruled by the Sultana in name. Them and their monitorous cronies would happily get rid of her grace, although altogether, but that won't happen while she commands the loyalty of the royalists. Maybe I've got that said a little bit too fast. There we go. Power course the lizardmen, that's the Amalja, couldn't care less about Uldar's politics. They have their own interests, see, and they ain't afraid to use force to serve them. They say war is a gift to peddlers. Need breed and profit. Now it's a shame to say it. Ah, long last. Behold, Uldar, jewel of Thanalan, where folks turn. I missed that last little bit. It's moving too fast for me. My monologuing is terrible.
Deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless
I don't have to read this part.
she rises, a solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance. Her name, Uldar. Even with the coming of the seventh Umbral era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis. As the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul. One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm.
Ah, here's where we part ways. I am off to the markets to deliver my wares when it's on the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for putting up with me, Pretel. You never did tell me your name, though, hey? But here's an idea. Become a sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all. For by fire are we reborn.
Some of the characters in this game are just amazing. The way that they portray each and every one of the NPCs in this game is just amazing. There's so much to be learned. So much that I can teach you all, and there's so much more that I can learn and teach along the way. It's... The world is never ending here. It's so much... Ah, there's so much. Oi, adventurer, over here! Oh, I thought it was a no. Ha! I mean you. Fresh off the carriage, by any chance, eh? How can I tell, huh? Name's Wymond, and my business is knowing every bugger else. Now then, what if I was to offer you some invaluable advice in the way of welcome the fair city, free of charge, even just this once, like... That was very bad monologuing. Ah dear, what was that laugh all about? Welcome to Uldar, the shining city, the shining beacon of prosperity rising from the deserts of Thanalan. Please select the control system you wish to use, okay? So if you're playing this on PlayStation, you'll obviously use a gamepad. The game is available on PS4 as well, so you can be using a controller, you can be using mouse and keyboard, and actually you can use both on either console. I'll be using mouse and keyboard because I have no idea what I'm doing with the controller. It is a very different system for me. Key bindings and whatnot, they're a lot of fun to get around, actually, to be honest, and I haven't really done much with that at all. So, yes, we are playing with mouse and keyboard. Obviously, here it is, your basic controls. You move around with your WASD. To jump, spacebar, turn your character with your mouse, and move your camera with the mouse as well. So, as you can see, move backwards with S, forwards with W, turn with A, turn with D. You can also hold your mouse and sidestep. So right click and move. Hey Amy, thank you for the like, really appreciate it. So there we go. Oh, I wasn't going that far away. Said, yep, there we go. So you can turn your camera, turn your character, or with the mouse. Auto run with your center key. Pretty simple. Jump. It is what it is. Nice easy controls. Initiating quests. We'll go through the tutorial with you guys as we go along as well, just so that way we can keep things explained. I'll also help explain it in a bit more depth than what the actual tutorial actually says as well. So, non-player characters, also known as NPCs, offering quests can be recognized by the exclamation marks above their heads. Right-click on the marker to bring up the quest for you. Okay, so that is pretty much what it is. So you just right click on the character, on the NPC, brings up its quest log. You briefly see that. You get your gil on the side and your experience that you'll receive. Gil is the natural currency of the game. As in all Final Fantasy games, it's always gil. So once you've interacted with the quest, a prompt will appear during this objective reward. Click on this and accept the lower left. And the quest of the list current duties. So that, okay, cool. So to be recognized as an adventurer in the city-state of Uldar, you must register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. Easy enough. Tis plain to everyone with eyes that you don't know the way around here. If I let you go wandering off down the nearest dark alley, you'll certainly get mugged or worse, and I don't want that on my conscience. It's fair. It's a good point. So before you do anything else, do you want to head over to the quicksand and speak with? I could never say her name. Myrmidai. She's the magister. She's the master of the Adventurers Guild, and can set you on the right path. Just take those steps over yonder and pass through the double doors. You'll find her inside. And that's as much as you're getting from it for free. Good luck with that adventurer. Good luck with the adventurer. And thus begins the quest. Use the do-to list to complete the tasks. Okay, so over here you'll see we've got, this is where our quest log will be for the time being. Sets up over here. Inventory space is down the bottom here. You got your character sheet. You know, it's what your abilities and what, or not your abilities, sorry, that's your attributes. It's all pretty straightforward from there. I mean, you got your profile, tells you your date of birth, all that sort of jazz, your name. Your titles are in here. Currently have none because we've just started out of the fresh character. Class and jobs. So the beautiful thing about Final Fantasy is that you don't need to go out and create multiple characters. Your one character can do absolutely everything. All you've got to do is roll the next class. We'll get into all of that later on down the track when we get to, or when we get that far. So basically, your reds are your DPS, your tanks are your blues, and the healers are green. Starting off, you'll have your pugilist, your lancer, your rogue, your samurai. Well, those three mainly. So your pugilist, lancer, rogue. You've also got an archer, a machinist, a dancer, thaumaturge, and arcanist. Okay, so they're your initial starters. Once you get to a certain level, you will have to level up a secondary. This secondary, once you get that to, I think it's level 30. Both of them do. You'll get your, no, level 20 I think it is actually. Or 25. I can't remember. So that's something we're going to find out together. You'll get a stone, which is your class stone. Now, by favourite, Amy, what do you mean by that? My favourite character within the game or the favourite class to play? Rightio. Next up, click on the title, open up the menu. So yeah, so over here, we'll click on that one, bring up the map as to where you've actually got to go to get to it. Otherwise, you click on the top part of it, and it will bring up your journal with all your quests in it. Favorite class to play? I've always mained as a tank, as a paladin, and I've always loved it. It's paladin tanking. It's not so. It's easy, but it also is quite difficult. Well, not really. It's not really difficult at all. It's quite fun, very enjoyable. I loved healing as a conjurer. Probably not my best choice in healers, but it is definitely my favorite as far as healing goes. So conjuring, the conjurer. DPS classes, I haven't really played around with them too much. My favorite DPS class would have to be Samurai so far. It's got a few interesting little mechanics about it, and we'll show you some of that later on down the track. So we're starting out as a pugilist here, so we can try something different. Completing a quest by right-click on the NPC in the check with the check marker displayed above the head. Completing the quest will earn you a variety of rewards from items and gil to experience points. Mother Di, she's our good old little bartender who she comes in and she helps the locals out quite a lot. She plays a big role in the game, even if it's not really. Well, I still wouldn't really say like she does anything special or anything, but she's our guide. You find yourself back here quite a bit. Like our conflict with the MLG, for example, there have been plowing the Sultan Fanai. Garlean Empire, they are the big bad guys, but not the biggest. So much was lost in the blink of an eye. 'Twas the end of the world had come at last. But then, things began to get a bit foggy. Everyone got their own vision of what happens next. Some of them, 2 or 3. You'd think people would remember something like that, but the fact is, they don't. Nobody does. The calamity was a massive part of the world. There is one thing survivors agree on, though, is the part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their lives to the realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, and like so many others, they never returned. Deeds worth remembering. I'm sure you'll agree. It's just a shame the recognition of those brave heroes are so jambled as those of the calamity itself. Sorry, but this yogurt's just sort of gotten to me. Whenever we try to call their faces to mind, it's like they're standing between us and a midday sun, permanently silhouetted. I'll bet that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's bloody infuriating. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten, and so we call them the Warriors of Light. And they'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers come to achieve. That's why I welcome new arrivals like yourself to this fair city. I am not putting on a female voice, especially for a gnome. Well, a Lalafell. All I ask is that you be helping a hand and try and leave Ul'dah in a better state than what you found her. If you can promise that, I'd be happy to help you out. Alright then, a promise is a promise now. We're getting into it. I'm counting on your help out in the past, but the past behind us. We need people working and spreading the beacon of the old city. And a happy, prosperous Ul'dah means more business for the Quicksand too. Any road, let's make this official. Go ahead and write your name in the register, neat as you can. Bloop. Right, signature. All done. Gets me my certificate of adventuring. Ain't that a charming name? Just rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? On behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially... Please, sir, be merciful. 12 as my witness, I swear to you, I'll bring you your money. In the East, it is said that even the merciful God might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Be grateful you were given the 4th chance to offend. You two, attend to this scum. No, please, have mercy. Well, ain't that a sorry sight for an uncommon one? If I'm honest, don't worry though. If you work hard, I doubt you'll end out like him. Just the same, if you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't be bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe. Alright? So that's basically it. She will be our guide for most things. If there's anything you ever really need to know about what you're doing, go see her. She tends to be quite resourceful. Okay, there we go. We got a little bit of Gil. My Irish accents go Scottish. Okay, so you've got your side quests, which that quest just before was, and you've also got main scenario quests. Each have their given play their own parts. So your side quests, a lot of them you don't really need to go through and do all the time because they're just a little bit of extra fun on the side. However, you'll see ones that have blue markers on them, and you'll also see this one, which is your main story quest. The main story quests and your side objectives are important in progressing on the story. See that one there? Quests using this icon indicate the task of series of tasks are tied to new duties and features. So these ones will open up dungeons, they'll give you emotes, they'll give you your mount later on down the track, they'll give you housing things. Like, there's a lot to be gained from this sort of stuff. The other problem I have with doing Irish accents, Amy, is that for some characters, they actually do have voices, so I'll have to play that one pretty well. When we get over to, I nearly said Nilfgaard because I've been playing The Witcher 3 a bit. Oh boy, I can't think of what it's called. When we get to the next zone, I'll be able to put on an Irish accent because they're all pirates. It'll be a pirateering one, Irish accents. It'll be fun. Before you go a-changing, off to find your fortune, with new basic tasks I'd like you to perform. So that should help you get through blah blah blah. Okay, that was a bit too quick for me. First of all, I want you to visit the Aetheryte Plaza to get there. Head west from there till you reach the Emerald Avenue, and then look to the north. You should see a giant floating crystal called the Aetheryte. The Aetheryte is how we travel around. It's basically a teleportation stone. So, in order to be able to actually go to these places, you do need to attune to it, so I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay, once you've done that, I want you to pay the visit to the Pugilist Guilds over at the Platinum Mirage. Assuming these weapons of yours ain't just for show, you might consider training there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange over on the steps of Thal. Goods from all across Eorzea are bound to turn up there every day. You'll have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself may need. You might say that everything's for sale here in Uldar, as long as you've got the gil. Just make sure you don't... I missed that one completely, I was looking elsewhere. There's plenty to... won't scrabble or swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself. Specifically, if they think that one's looking out of their best interests. So we've got a few little objectives here to do. Let's get through that little bit of dialogue. She's fine. Speaking of which, you should speak to the smith over yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up-and-coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it from me. Let me know when you're finished, will ya? That way, I won't spend my days worrying that you're down... No, that you're down in your small clothes without a guild of your name. Okay, so this guy over here, he's the smith. He's where we, learn a lot about our class. So here we go, the main menu is where you will spend a fair bit of your time, to be honest. It grants quick and easy access to most of the game's main features. For example, selecting your character under character opens a window containing your character's various abilities. We already went through that part there. It's your settings over the side here, and the main menu. It's there. So, got into here. You got your act. I did not mean to do that. Right, yes, you've also got like a rested experience. If you've played any other MMORPG, you'll see that you've got, if you stay at a hotel, at an inn or something like that, you will get rested experience. Same sort of thing here, you'll also get that from there, from this. You can stop with your stance, and put your stuff away. So the longer you stay in an inn, obviously, the more rested experience you'll get. So it is advised, don't log out of the game out in the middle of a field somewhere. Come back to a main city. Always come back to a main city or a aetheryte before you log out, because that way you will get your rested experience and leveling up will be just that little bit easier. Navigation, so you've got your mini map up the top there. Standard feature, bit of standard practice for you. Yep, that's about it for that part. So over here at the smith, as I said before, he basically will teach you about your class. So, greetings, I'm one of the smiths. A stoker of fires and forger of futures. As a dedicated member of the Adventurers Guild, I have been entrusted with the task to provide assistance to the new adventurers. I see you have but recently taken up the adventurer's mantle. The possibilities stretching out for you must be privileged. English is terrible. Anyway, in short, that's what he does. He will take our little sprite and make us a mentor of such. So, come talk to him if you need. We'll come back to those ones a little bit later. Okay, we'll come back to him. Anyway, so first off, we're going to head off to the Aetheryte and get attuned. Fireworks. What have we come into? Is there an event that I just sort of started up with? Ah, here's Waymon again. He's probably got another quest for us there. Waymon would like to know what you think of Uldar so far. Okay, so How you taking old eyes, Noxious? Making any new friends in high places yet? Ha, well then. You have the Sultanas here one day. I hope you won't have forgotten about old Wymond. Long as you're here, mate, mayhap you can do me a favour and take this message to Joseph at the Platinum Mirage. It's just over yonder, and the man'll even give you some gil for your trouble. If only all work in the city was this easy, eh? Okay, so the Aetheryte. This is where we get attuned. Got a jumper action. I love a good jump. What do you mean am I having a stroke? Hail, adventurer. Might you have come at the behest of Miss Nomandai? Oh, it's a little one. Right, I'll do it for you. How's that? Excellent. Which brings us to the matter of attunement fee. That will be 100,000 gil, if you please, sir. Ha 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 ha. Apologies, but I do so relish in the opportunity to make that jest. The look on your face was absolutely priceless. But the fact that you were so easy to deceived suggests to me that you're unfamiliar with the use of Aetherites. Allow me to explain. These crystalline amalgamations tap into ethereal energies and are primarily used to means to travel swiftly from place to another. Perchance you have heard the return of the teleport. Well, their transportation spells makes difficult. Given that there's an Aetherite in almost every corner of Eosia, any adventurer with the mind to explore the realm will wish to seek and attune himself to such. I keep messing them up now, trying to get the accent down, but I can't do it. But even if you have no intention of wandering beyond the Sultanate's borders, it would be prudent for you to attune yourself to any Aetherites you encounter along the way. See, that's what I mean. I can't do it Irish. It sort of skips straight to Scottish. It's all right. That'll work out well when we come to the Roganans and stuff. The thing is, though, they're not actually, like, you'd think that they give them a bit of an Irish accent, but they don't. When you hear a Ladafell talk, they're just, it's not what you expect. Kind of, but not really. Okay, so we're attuned to the Aetheryte. Over here, I do have to do something here. Where's my entry? Down here. We're coming down this way anyway, so here we go. Do you have business with the Platinum Mirage this morning? Yeah, so when it comes to giving in items, you always, so one of your little boxes in here. Oh, so we cancel, we'll come back for a minute. Get rid of that, we don't really need that just at this point. So you've got your inventory, which is standard practice inventory. Then you've got your key items down the side here. So this will be where all your quest items will go, and they'll keeps it out of your inventory space, keeps you with plenty of room here to do other things. Over here you've got your crystals. They're actually used for crafting and whatnot, so we'll get into that a bit later on as well. And your inventory. You've also got an armory box. So your armory chest, I'll have to bring up a button for that, I think. So the armory chest, my English is terrible, will hold everything that, and it sort of categorizes it so it's not all over the place and you know where your stuff is. And then you've got your soul crystals. Radio. So, yeah, bugger that off. We just explained that. So, when you interact with them, they'll come up. Just right click on it, hand it over, or you can just drag it. Click and drag it in there, and that'll do it. So, there we go. A little bit more experience, a little bit more cash. Greetings and welcome to the Pugilist Guild. I see you'd already walked the path of the pugilist, yet your journey has only just begun. I highly recommend that you add your name to the roll. For those that know a better place, you know the realm and trained in your discipline than here. The origins of pugilism, as we know it, can be traced back to the staging of bare-handed bouts in the Colosseum. You see, I just can't do the Irish. Irish just doesn't work for me. It just slips away. Plus, I suck at reading. I really suck at reading. Okay, so you talk to him, ready to present yourself to the Guildmaster. Yep, we can do that. Starting out, it's a lot of just running around and talking and just carrying on and all the rest of it, but you get that in most games when you first start up. Past time you get your ass back into training. He's an old coot, isn't he? They're my errand boy. There's no dancer. There never was. I'm not doing anything incident. So, for each time that you start a new class, you will have to go to the guild, obviously, that is specific to that one, and from there you'll progress with that class. And you'll start at level 1, but you got to do what you got to do. That's why it's advised with your main class, you'll do your main story quest and whatnot, but leave a lot of the side quests for your lower level for another class when you go to level that up. That way you can get a little bit more experience up your sleeve and level up a little bit faster. Can you go the distance? Yeah, I can go the distance. Oh, g'day. So as I said, a lot of mission passing. So, that'll be the one that we'll track. We'll go out and do a little bit of combat for you. Show you the ropes with it. I think I gotta go deliver this message real quick. Right, so you get useful things like potions and whatnot. They'll actually help quite a bit if you're in a spot of trouble. So right, so opening up your mini map, I'll make it a bit bigger for you. That's probably big enough. It basically, you've got your main quest and whatnot. If you've got to go into a separate zone for it, it'll be at the edge on the zone that you've got to go to. So we're doing this one now, so it's tracked us out here and we'll go out that way. So means we must, from where we are now, which is, where are we now? Over down here near the Aetheryte, so we need to go back north and through the north gate. That's south, we'll go north. So you got your auto run feature as well, so that way you don't really have to do anything. Your hands are all free. Either press R or the middle button. Not too sure what it is for the, let's say to be L3. Nope, not through this one. We've got to keep going. So I've been playing Final Fantasy since it very first came out in 2010, so that's the last 11 years. A bit of on and off play. I haven't played it the whole entire time, but I've played it as much as I could. There we go. Right, so your battle, it'll indicate who you're up against and whatnot. So, yep, achievements. So if you've got a quest or something, so you've also got down here, well, you don't have that just yet. So if you got a monster that you've got to kill for a quest, like this here, it's got a little icon above it there, see? That will indicate that it's the one that you need for the quest. So basically you just run up to him and give him a good old love tap. Nice and easy like. There's no need to, no need to loot things, it automatically will loot it for you. Experience points, we've been through that one. Binding items. An item that's been equipped is now bound to you and no longer be traded. So when you get new items, you can actually, if you put it on, you know, say you're not wearing that shirt, get back over there. You're not wearing a shirt, you decide, I want to wear this, but I'm not sure. You equip it. It's not actually bound to you until you attack your first mob boss wearing that. So you can put it on, you go, right, maybe it's not for me, then go back, and you can actually still put it on. For some items, you can still put them back on the trading post. Some mobs, when you attack them, they actually are linked with others. So, high quality items, yeah, that's all for crafting and whatnot, so we'll get into that again later on. So, you'll see with some, they're actually linked. We'll try and find a mob that will... Probably not. Okay, can't see one anywhere. You can chain attacks, so the faster you kill the mobs, the more they chain, the more experience you get. So a bit like Diablo, I guess, in that sense. The faster you kill things, the more you get. You start getting a chain. Okay, real quick, we've got a Fate right here. Fates reward a lot of experience. They will be a main source of leveling up at some point. So, oh, they're going to beat him before I even get there. Okay, so if I got here beforehand, I would have been able to beat that guy, or get a few hits in on him, and that would have actually, you know, it would have given me quite a dose of experience. But this guy come along and he finished it off. So, never mind that. We'll get back to killing stuff. And we've leveled up. So your chain, when you start chaining mobs, will be down here, and it'll show that there. Now, just because you do earn a lot more experience by doing that, doesn't mean that it's advised that you do it all the time, especially in dungeons. you're going to get a large amount of experience from dungeons as it is. You don't need... Yeah, it's not something you need to be doing because it can cause a bit of a hindrance. If you're playing a DPS class, make sure you let the tank do his job. Nothing worse than a tank needing to be able to... Yeah, see down here, you got your chain bonus. The more you chain it, the better you go. See, it's... You keep killing them, your chain bonus, you'll have a 30 seconds or whatnot to kill, or 1 minute, something like that, to kill as many as you possibly can in that small chain period. And then if you don't kill anything, once that chain boost ends, you get your dosage of experience, and it's all good. Right, so now you return to the north. So we'll talk about food items as well in a minute. I don't have any food items yet. So we'll talk about those in just a second. Once we hand this quest in. Ah, you're back, and none the worse for the exertion. Youthful vigor is truly a blessed thing. You've gotten off the fine start, son. To help you on your way, I want you to have a hunting log. Hunting log is what I was just trying to talk to you about before. It basically, for the first 50 levels, there's mobs that you'll have to kill, that you have to kill a certain amount of, that will grant you a fair bit of experience and money as well. Okay, so over here you've got your logs. So you got your hunting log. So, oh, that really hurt. Just got a cramp in my jaw. Okay, so basically it'll just tell you every class will have one, so when you start a new fresh class you'll also get another one. So it'll be level based, so the higher your levels, obviously the more difficult these mobs will be. Alright, so just to kill a few of each of these mobs and it'll get your hunting log done. Right, so if it's like this, it means that it's a main quest, but you're not quite high enough level to be able to do it just yet. So back out we come. We'll go do a few more hand-ins and we'll finish up. So the next quest we've got to listen to Saria's explanation of the markets. As you'll see here, guys, you got your name plate there, but it's also got this little sprout. It means that you're a new player, and that's why I'm here now, guys. I'm here to introduce you guys to the game, and I may not be a mentor on my main character just yet. I've still got a long way to go before I can do that, but I can most certainly. That will be something we will be building towards on this. However, I still would like to teach you guys as much as I possibly can about the game. So as you can tell, before we even get started talking to him, you've got the market boards. This is your trading post. This is where you take all your goods. You know, you need... Go away, you. We don't need you right now. I can do the explanation for this. If you need anything, this is where it is. So if you need a new weapon, you hit the search for weapon button. The good thing is about the armors and whatnot is it actually, to make things easier for you, say, you know, you're looking for level 10 gear. Right, you search for level 10, search, boom, it's going to give you what you search for. You can do a partial match, so say you're looking for a, I don't know, what are we going to look for? A fish. Just type in fish. Press enter, and it brings up everything you needed for fishes. So that wouldn't have been very, very helpful, right? Whereas, if you know what you're looking for a fishing rod. Okay. Why'd that not work for me? How come when I type in fish, now it's all changed again for me? Okay. So, right. Partial match. See, that's why I didn't hit that. So if I went fishing rod, I knew exactly what I'm looking for, but it's gonna limit it down a little bit further for me. So there we go. You got your fishing rods. Alright, so you know what you're looking for. It's all there. Nice and easy. Get around it. You did that. So you got your armor for your current class that you're using. So you can do that. You can change it up for whatever class you need. You search for your level. Next up, you've got items and whatnot. So if you need potions, they're here. If you need ingredients, they're there. You just hit the ingredients, search for the ingredient you want. Easy peasy, happy days. Housing, we will get into housing a little bit later on, and I'll give you a tour. Alright. All is groovy. And you are? Oh, a new adventurer! But of course, yes, I am Suriga. Suriga? Okay, what can I do for you? Ah, you would have me teach you the ways of the marketplace. Very wise. As for my fee, what? You expect me to do it for free? Surely you jest. My dear adventurer, when you ask an Ul'dah for a favor, you should at least try to make it worth their while. Judging from your garb, though, I rather doubt that you could afford my services. But the fact that you offer nothing is laughable. Oh, Mistress Mamadine instructed you to seek me out, did she? Consider yourself fortunate to have such influential friends. I shall be brief, and you shall be attentive. You stand in the Sapphire Square of Avenue Exchange. The Sapphire Avenue Exchange, or Sapphire Square. Where am I going with this? Being adventurous situations in relation to the other city-states, Uldah's markets have ever served as both literal and figurative centers of Aussie's commerce. All the great overland trade routes lead to our city. A majority of maritime trade between Vilbrand and Oldenbrad pass through here. I'm going to stop reading it to you guys because, honestly, my reading skills are terrible. Here is a mistake that so many new adventurers make. Do not go to the market board if you're leveling up and you need gear. The more you level, the worse off. Oh, the more you level, basically at every level you're going to be replacing your gear. So, why waste your gold or your gil? Why waste it when you can just go there to a store and buy it for half the price? Right, I'll show you an example real quick, okay? Right, so it's probably going to backfire on me because of my low levels here. But if I go to Independent Arms Merchant, right, go to this guy here, Discipline of War Arms, level 1 to 9. Okay, so I want to get a new set of gloves, right? On there, it's going to cost me 89. Okay. So what I'll do, go to the level 8 ones. Oh, I can't even afford that, right? So it's 308 gil there for leather Hymetes. Okay. Right. Pugilist. Where are we? Where's my symbol? Right there. Okay. Okay, right there. There's where they are. Why? Why would you come to the store and buy it? Right? And spend 2,000 gil to buy those at level 9 when you can buy the exact same thing from a store for 300. Don't be a fool, guys. Don't just go and do that sort of stuff. If you're really that worried about it, level up weaponsmithing. Level up a different class, a crafting class, so that way you can do it as you go. Because otherwise, there's burning a hole in your pocket that you don't need to burn. Right? The market board is a very bad place if you're first coming into the game. Don't be silly and go through and do that when stores will give you the exact same item for a quarter of the price. Okay? Like, it's not... You've still got to be smart about it. Like, and that person there selling it for 2,000, some sucker might buy it, but don't be that sucker. There's quite a bit going on over here, so I'm going to go to a bit quieter of a place. I'm just going to chill here for a quick moment. I'll be back in 1 second. Okie dokie, so we're going to go through a few things real quick. First off, I think that the master volume is a little bit too high for us at this point. You can't really hear much of what I'm saying over the music, so we're going to just turn that down. So where is background music? Hey Timmy, how you going, man? What's going on? So I'll put that at 61, right? And then the rest of it shouldn't be too loud. What's going on, Timmy? What have you been up? What are you up to, matey? Okay. So now we got to head back to the Waking Sands. Oh, sorry, the Quicksand, not the Waking Sands. Waking Sands is a little bit later on. Hey, Corthus, thanks for the follow, matey. Really appreciate it. Good to see you there. Oh, you did a raid. How you going? Thank you for that raid. I appreciate it, Timmy. Really appreciate it. You're learning the game yourself, matey. You been playing for long, or you one of the new ones just starting out? How was the tour of the city, Noxious? Get lost along the way? Your third or fourth session just started recently. Right. What brings you to Eorzea? To the Final Fantasy realm? Honestly, I'll be straight with you. I've been playing this since it first came out in 2010. I've only actually just started, well, I started streaming it a while back, but I lost track of things and started playing Call of Duty a lot more. Recently now getting into streaming Final Fantasy again, and going to be basically you've come to the right place as a new player. This is where we I'll be going through the ropes and teaching, knowing that there's a lot of people coming into the community now that are just starting out in Final Fantasy, whether they've come from World of Warcraft, whether they've come from Elder Scrolls, wherever they've come from to come here and join us in Final Fantasy. This is my goal, is to teach you guys, or the new sprouts, as much as you possibly can, and to be able to enjoy the game as much as possible in a friendly environment. And so that way you know that you aren't all out there alone doing this without much encouragement. So that this is the whole point of me doing this. So yeah, so what brought you to Final Fantasy? There we go, we've leveled up, we got a new skill there. So a lot of skills as far as, say, pugilists and samurais go. Also, well, basically for any class really, there's a lot of skills that you actually can't really use until they're chained. So I'll get into that in a moment when we go out and we do some of this hunting log. Promised a friend that you get into it after burning out in other games. You've been enjoying the business model, made it a big pull factor. Yeah, Square Enix has always strived to impress, and the very first game that I ever played was Final Fantasy VII as a child, and you know it drew me in so much. So as I've grown up, through the years, I've come across more and more games that Square Enix has brought out, whether it be from the Final Fantasy franchise or from what's that other one? Devil May Cry, things like that. It's just their game styles are just amazing. And when I heard of Final Fantasy 14, like I never played 11, so I didn't really get into the online play of the game, but a friend of mine, we were playing World of Warcraft back in the day, and we come across, this was, so it was Start of Cataclysm sort of thing, I think it was, and he said, this Final Fantasy's bringing out a new game, Final Fantasy 14, and we should give it a go. So I played the 2 week prior, like the pre-game, and absolutely loved it and got into the game, and I played this for years. And then I took a bit of a break from it, went back to Final Fantasy, went back to World of Warcraft, and I couldn't compare. I could not get back into World of Warcraft after playing this. It just, every time I found myself logging in, I just wanted to come back over here and play this again. So it's always drawn me in, just the factor of there's so much in it. There's over 100 plus hours of content out there, thousands of hours of content that isn't just grinding. It's all, there's always something else to do. There's never an end to what's going on in the game. And just even the environments, the communities that you can come into, like the free companies and whatnot, it's just, I haven't found a community like it. Everyone here has always been helpful and great to the community. Like, when Asmo did his merge over and he stopped playing World of Warcraft and he came into Final Fantasy, he copped a lot of backlash, and I really feel for the guy for the way that his fans had treated him for that, because if he'd done that change. But the Final Fantasy community welcomed him in. It wasn't so much them that gave him so much trouble. It was his own fans that had followed him over. So I like to see that now that he's actually started playing it a lot more, that he's actually copped a much better gathering around that, and he's enjoying the game as much as he can. So yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I went to PAX a couple of years back, and so at the time I wasn't playing Final Fantasy. I just moved back over to World of Warcraft again, and I was playing the whatever that expansion was, and I can't even remember now. I went down there and I got involved with one of the communities that were there, the Final Fantasy 14 community for Australia and New Zealand, and met Benny Getz and a few others who are community developers for the game. And it was extremely eye-opening, like the way that they presented themselves and how they brought me back into the community. So I'd gotten home from that event and logged straight back in and played through from... so I'd quit at the end of Realm Reborn, so it was the start of the Shiva raid, or the Shiva... what do you call them on this? It's the... the Shiva boss anyway. So I'd quit about then, and I come back into it, and I didn't have an alliance or anything or a free company, so I joined up with this one group that were absolutely amazing, and the Arcadian community there, they stood through the whole entire process of me playing through all of the different expansions from basically the start through till now in Shadowbringers, and in Shadowbringers now or Stormblood? Shadowbringers. So it was an amazing ride, and they just supported the whole thing. And this is just people that I've never met, never played with before, and they just come in, and it changed a lot for me. The community here is amazing, and that's probably one of the things that mostly draws me back to it all the time, is the fact that you never find a community like it. So, we gotta go to the dispatch yard now. Oh. And everything as far as mechanics go and the smoothness of play is fantastic. It just, movement is constantly so smooth and I can't fault it. There's absolutely nothing I can fault about this game. The loot system is amazing. Everything just suits. Okay, we'll show you the combos now while we're out here. We're running up to this guy here. So it'll then light up with a big square around it saying that that's the next move that you've got to perform. It's not interrupted by auto attacks. However, if you were to use that skill, so you use your main skills to initiate the fight, and then you had another skill that you used instead of using your chain, it would remove the chain. You wouldn't be able to do it again. So always make sure that if you are wanting to follow your chains, to make sure you proceed with it properly and get through the whole entire lot of it. Otherwise, you will mess it up. And it can be a massive disadvantage to you if you're losing out on your combos, because your DPS will show on that. You missed your combo move, you've just lost out on a lot of DPS. Or you've skipped a stage in it, and your attack isn't as powerful as what it should be. There we go, we just completed the first challenge log. That'll award a lot of experience and gil. Oh, no gil, just experience. A lot of experience. Okay, there's a fate back over here. This is the fate that we were going to go try and do before. We'll do it now again, and yeah. Show you what I mean by what you get from these sort of things. Like the experience boost that you gain from these is amazing. Recommends level 5, so we're a bit low for this, but we'll do it anyway. Probably going to end up losing this fight, to be honest. This is where using potions comes in handy as well, especially as a DPS class. Yeah, look, we're not going to be able to beat this. Yeah, we're missing our attacks. Yeah, look, we're gonna bail. We died. Okay. So now we'll have something a little bit different to show you. So when you die, there's no running back to your body like in other games. You basically will well, you can get revived. So like this person's just done there. Thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. So when you get revived, you actually get a weakness as well, so... There we go, this person's now going to help out. Stand behind. Always, if you're a DPS, stand behind the person you're attacking, you'll do a lot more damage. So much easier when you got other people doing it. See, like that. You wouldn't get that in other games. You know, you come across a dead body, a lot of people just walk the other way. They don't care. They don't help out as much. So you get your fate rewards there, you got a bit of gil and you get a bit of a reward from it. Yes, good old backstab mechanics. You don't get... It's standard practice, that one. You always come across games where, you know, they're all like, it doesn't really matter where Like a lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't really matter too much. Does it really make that much of a difference? Yes, it definitely does, especially in dungeons and whatnot against bosses. Outside mobs, not so much, but especially in dungeons, it does. You will do a lot more damage just from being behind them. There's actually some classes like the Pugilist and the the Pugilist, the Samurai, and I don't know about your casters too much. They don't really have much of an effect, but they'll all yeah, it's a good little handy thing to find out about too. Range, see, that's where it's sort of, I'm not too sure with that. I don't know if spellcasters are the same, under the same sort of category as well, if theirs actually do more damage if you're from behind, because most of those attacks are sort of area-based attacks, or they're just landing the blow on them, whereas with the DPS class, it is more directional. A lot of, as you level up, there's actually skills that you'll get which actually do more damage from behind as well. They do significantly more damage from behind. It just sort of brings into play the fact that, like you would in World of Warcraft and whatnot, and they tell you not to stand in front of the boss because of cleaves and whatnot. Cleaves play a massive part in this game, and there's a lot of hits that they may not be, they're not even directional. There's some things that are a big tank buster that hit that will do, which will almost kill a tank in some circumstances, and there's no directional pathing or whatnot to it. It's just a skill. Like you'll see the boss make his move and whatnot, and then you have to guess it from that. But if you're a DPS and you're standing in front of the boss when he does that, it will get you as well. It's not just gonna hurt the tank. It's a share damage sort of thing, and will hurt you as well. So it is always advised to stay behind the boss. Casters, I don't think it matters all that much. For bards, it's different again. I've never played one, so I'm not too sure how the range classes all vary on it. So I definitely know that for melee classes, it always does. You always do much better from attacking from behind. So generally, also when doing a lot of boss fights as well, the boss will always have its back to you. So it's also a bit hard to gauge too for casters, because generally you will always be behind the boss. Now, you've also got, when it comes to gear, there's a lot of different stats that you got to really look into as well, because sometimes dexterity will mean one thing for your character, but a different for another character. Little tip too is that you don't really need to be getting gear from your quest rewards. If you're after a bit of extra money, go for the little gold things, because they will make a significant difference in your guild making process. As I said to you before, a lot of gear, you will come across that from a vendor for a very small fee, so you'll make more off of it from just doing what you generally do. And quest rewards will generally give you the gear that you need anyway. So, standard practice quest here, bit of a run and delivers. Good thing though is that you can stop in between and do your hunting log on mobs if you need to do them. So this is an interesting one. We're delivering pretzels to people. Go out to the guards. They're sitting on watch. They're a little bit hungry. Here you go, buddy. Have a pretzel. That'll help you out. That'll get you back on your feet. There we go. He's back in action. Little Lalafell. He's all good now. He's happy. He's very happy. He's enjoyed his feed. Pretzels are very important. Like, you can't, like, I really want pretzels now. I don't have pretzels, but I really want pretzels. It- I mean, you're standing out in the desert, nothing better than snacking on a nice salty pretzel. I mean, not that you need to stay hydrated or anything, but... Logic still does not play its part very well in this, but it's still a fun little thing to throw in. So the Western Front's clear, the Eastern Front's clear, and here, have a pretzel. You've done good, my friend. For me? A pretzel for me? We all love a good pretzel. Can't fight on an empty stomach now, can I? Actually, I can't fight on any stomach. I suppose you could say I have no stomach for fighting. There's... The other thing that Final Fantasy prides itself on is the amount of dad jokes. There is so many little sneaky dad jokes in this that you sort of hear him say it and it's like, oh, they didn't just do that. How did they get that in there? Just, it's amazing. Some of the things that the characters come across, that you'll come across as a player, it just, it makes you question yourself sometimes. Now, I can be getting around a lot faster. I do have mounts. Oh. There's a lot of face palms. It's like, you'll either face palm it or you'll lose your shit. And I remember, I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's one scene down the road in, it was in Stormblood, I'm pretty sure. And I'm sure you've come across Y'shtola throughout the story so far, and she plays the main part in your whole walkthrough of the game. Now, one line that she uses, and it just, I lost my shit. I was like, yeah, that's my Y'shtola. You go, girl. And it's just the things that they say is just amazing. It just, you don't get that in other games. Halt, sir. I'm going to have to ask you to put your pretzel on the ground and place your hands above your head. State your name and business. A Twilight Pretzel from Fapsing? By the gods, forgive me. You could say this new post has the nerves in a twist. I'm terribly sorry for that. Yes, well, you may rest assured that the dispatch yard is safe so long as I stand watch. Oh dear. Well, we need to fix that too. So there's so much to go through that I'd like to show you all. That we've already ran what? We're already at 2 hours of content. We haven't even gotten past level 3 yet. Or level 5 right now, but yeah. You've returned and with deal fewer pretzels, I see. Tell me, how fair are Sultan Sworn sentries? Do they have anything to report? Anything at all? What? Nothing? Are you sure? Oh dear. Take this for your troubles then, and stay a moment. There's more I would ask of you. That's fine, I can do that. So yeah, see, look, that's there. Each of those, you're gonna get 400 gil from taking those Allagan bronze pieces instead. Right, so you can take that one there. You can sell it. You can sell it for 4. But as it showed earlier, the bone horror that was at the shop was only 98 gil. Right, so you're better off going with the Allagan pieces, taking those because that's 100 gil each. That's 4 of them. It's 400 gil. It's going to save you a lot of money leveling up doing that. Right. So you can sell those off, make a turn a profit. That way you're not spending so much time worrying about gil, because you'll always have a little bit there from those. And again, don't buy gear from a market board if you can buy it from a store. Especially with the leveling up process of the game at this point in time. If you're new to the game and you're coming into it as a Sproutling, you've never played it before, know that for the first 2 expansions, leveling up is going to be super quick. So you can sit there and, like, it's a little bit waiting on dungeons, but you'll zoom through the dungeon. It's so quick to get through the dungeons. Then you've got, so the leveling up process, you're going to be replacing your gear all the time. But your levels outweigh your gear through the leveling process. So if you've got, say when you get to level 50, you finish up in Realm Reborn and you don't really need, you're about to go into the next zone. You can buy with Allegan Tomes the main gear that you need for that level, and that gear will basically do you throughout the whole of the next expansion. So for every 10 levels, wouldn't upgrade your gear for at least 10 levels. So every 10, do an upgrade, get yourself a little bit better gear, but honestly, don't waste your money at these lower levels trying to buy gear, because it's pointless. You're better off just leveling up, getting what you need as you go. A young noblewoman from a very prestigious family has run away from home, and I have been ordered to see her safely returned. The Sultan Sworn you met earlier are assisting with the search. Alas, it seems they have found no trace of her. I apologize for not being frank with you from the start, but we must proceed with caution. Should word of her disappearance spread, I fear others with less honourable motives may join the hunt. And should we allow her to come to any harm, not even 100 beheadings would be punishment enough. That cannot happen, Noxious. It must not. I need your help. Help me find her. Alright, a silent nod. Give that silent nod quite a lot through the game, so just be patient with the nod. I've instructed the others to extend the search, but Thanalan is vast, and there are only so many of us. The young noblewoman's name is Lady Lilira. I want you to go south and look for her in the vicinity of the Sultan Tree. Good luck! Okay, so south it is. Oh, wrong button. Get into the map. Go out this way. So remember, always check your hunting logs, see if there's something there that you can do along the way. So you got the 8 Sins of Shimmer in Western Thanalan. Where are we? We are in Central Thanalan. So just double check it when you go into it. Just have a look. You're like, right, so that's in Central, down by Blackbrush. Where's Blackbrush? Then you look. Well, that's all the way up there. So we won't be doing that one just yet. So just sort of keep an eye on what you can and can't, what you still can do, because the rewards are amazing. They'll help you along quite a bit. And there's a little bonus too for once every time you complete them, complete the full log. So it's worthwhile. Alright, so here's a little crest icon in here. So you've got your solo instances. So make sure that if you're going to enter one of these, you make sure that your level is equal or better than what you're actually going to be doing, because that's So, this recommends level 8, so it'll sync me to level 8. If you're above the maximum allowed level, you'll be synced as follows. So I'm not going to be quite strong enough to be able to proceed with that, but we'll do it anyway. See how we go.
Oh, Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line, forgive my weakness. My failings have cost us dear. Show yourself.
As you command, O Lilira.
This guy you will learn to either love or hate.
Desire to assure your welfare.
I don't recall requesting an escort. Simply pretend we never met and continue on your way.
We both know I can do no such thing. It isn't safe for you here alone. It isn't safe for anyone. Not with this etheric disturbance. It's as though the dead are watching us. And I'd prefer not to join them, if it's all the same to you. Ah, you must be the one the Papa Shan mentioned. Congratulations on finding our elusive young charge. You'll have to forgive her impetuousness. What she lacks in discipline, she makes up for in stubbornness. You should return with us. The station master will be eager to thank Lady Lilira's protector in person. Alas, the station master will have to wait. Dear Lilira, for my sake, please stay out of harm's way. As for you, dear friend, for Lilira's sake, please stay in harm's way.
See, Thancred, I love the guy, but at the same time, he just needs to stop. Yeah, it's as I was saying about combos before. So if I was to hit that, it goes into 3 ways. So you always got to make sure your combos hit. This could take a while. Good thing Thancred's a bit of a tank. See, I'm averaging about 20 here. Oh, hello. So yeah, I average about 20 from in front. I'm averaging about 16. So you're better off always staying from behind. Accuracy is also improved from behind, so that I'm not missing as much standing behind as what I am when I'm in front.
Whew.
What's this little crystal here that we've just spotted? And bad things happen when you touch the shiny.
Hear, feel, think. Crystal Bearer. I am Hydaelyn, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them. By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart. Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
Ah, coming around now.
Would you mind telling me what that was?
If I only knew. A denizen of the void at any rate.
The void sent? Here? But how?
The question isn't how, but who. We're not dealing with bookless bandits. Don't suppose the answer came to you in a dream. No sooner did you fell the beast than you fell asleep. Too much ether, no doubt. Interesting. I hadn't considered the crystal. But of course, this changes everything. Oh, just thinking aloud? At any rate, we haven't a moment to spare. I must return and report this at once. I leave Lady Lilira in your capable hands.
How dare you pass me about like a swaddled babe? I shall return and tell them myself.
As you wish, your impetuousness.
Odin's come to say hello.
I suspect
Hello,
we
the
shall meet
Loden.
again before long. Until then, do try and stay awake.
I'll be back in just a moment, guys. My yogurt has ran dry, so I'm gonna need myself another quick drink. So give us one moment, guys, and we'll be back in a second. Alright, has coffee and we're good to go. Where is my thing gone? There we go. Straight back in. There we go. Okie dokie. Back at it. I will log over to the main account a bit later on and I'll show you a few dungeons and whatnot. A few extra little things. So make sure you lock your tab as well, so that way you're not moving things around when you go to click them. The thing, fall damage is a thing, so just be careful. But you won't die from your fall damage, you just get moved to 0. So if you're in a fight, you will die if you're in combat, but if you're not in combat, you'll just drop to 0, and you drop to 1 health if it's a large fall. Okay, thank the gods you've returned. You had us all so worried. You do realize that what would happen if a person of your nobility statue were to blah blah blah. Big plot twist coming up, guys. I liked Papa Shan. Papa Shan was good. Until he turned evil. I'm kidding, guys. He's good. I cannot thank you enough, Noxious. I understand you fought bravely to protect Lady Lyra from void-sent fiends? For your gallant service, you deserve all the riches in the royal vaults. Alas, a small token of my gratitude is the best I can offer. A sarcastic man with a strange conception strapped blah blah blah. I see you've met Thancred. He's a scholar who spends his days investigating oddities in the Aether. Rather too fond of the sound of his own voice for my liking, but perfectly harmless. I agree with Papa Shan. I hate his voice. Go. Level 7. So as I said, you level up quite quickly. You're an adventurer, yes? If you're not otherwise occupied, I've a favour to ask. I resolve to repay a debt of gratitude which I owe to the owner of the coffer and coffin. Wow. Yogurt was really not agreeing with me. For this purpose, I've purchased from the Royal Plantations a prodigiously plump pumpkin, a perfectly popular piece of produce. Say that 3 times fast. A particularly popular piece of produce. Okay, okay. Alright. More quests to do. This way, Poppin. This way, Hoppiters, this way. Okay, hand him the order, get one of them pumpkins. Do I gotta pick the pumpkin up? Nope, he's just gonna give me a pumpkin. Cool. Just gonna take this quick shortcut through the trench system. Okay, we might just adjust some of these real quick. Get that over there. Teleport, we'll sit that there. We don't really need this. The player guide's there, guys, if you need it. Head over to the lodestone and you'll be able to find that one there. So while we're up here this way, we're a bit higher than we should have come out, but while we're here, we may as well attune to the Aetheryte. We'll set this as home because we will be coming out here a little bit, I think. So you just come up to them, right click on it, it'll attune, and then you're right to teleport here whenever you need to. There we go. So then if you were to right click on it again, you'd be able to set that as your home point. And then that point there is then free if you're to teleport to it, and if you hit the return button, it'll always bring you to this Aetheryte. Oh, so if you hit your teleport there you go. Well, it's not free to go to your home one, but if you press the return button, it does return you there for free. There we go. Hand over the pumpkin, let him know who it's from. There you go. Oh, but over there, the other place, he wanted to give you a pumpkin. Have a pumpkin. What's that? But how's an honest to God's pumpkin from the Royal Plantations? I can't wait to see what the cooks do with her. Probably turn it into a pumpkin soup, something like that, you know. I don't know. Whatever cooks do. Lads here scoff down beastly amounts of meat, and it's starting to tell on their health. It'll be good to get some vegetables in their bellies. Sure, and I can get the stubborn bastards to try something new. Thanks for the help, laddies. Okay, so we got gear. So what are we going to do now is we've got to go and speak with Warren. Let's see, do we have anything that we can equip yet? We have those boots, but we already changed our boots. The one thing... Oh, what are we going to do? I probably should have read that. So, we need all our gear to be level 5. Okay. So, we'll head over here. There should be a independent armorer. So what we do then, purchase some battle gear, sell some of these, give us some more coin. These things won't sell for too much, so we'll just sell all this off. Keep your food, food's good. Okay, that's... Why do you not have... Okay, purchase battle gear. There we go. Okay. So, we're level 5. Gear is what they want from us, so... Let's see. So, what we'll do is we'll have a look here. What sort of gear do we require? Okay, so... Just suss out what all of your abilities do for each thing. So, you got your critical hit, your determination affects the amount of damage dealt by both physical and magical attacks, as well as the amount of HP restored from healing spells. Direct hit rate affects the rate at which physical and magical attacks land direct hits, slightly dealing more damage when the normal hits. The higher the value, the higher the frequency of which you can deal damage. Okay, so up here you've got your main one, strength, affects the physical damage dealt with gladiator's arms, marauder arms, pugilist arms, lancer's arms, and conjurer's arms, thaumaturge's arms, all that basic stuff. The physical damage. Dexterity affects the physical ranged damage and damage dealt by rogue arms, and vitality affects your main HP. Maximum HP, sorry. So mind and intelligence you don't need. You don't need those ones here for a pugilist. It's these three you want to focus on. Strength being priority, dexterity being secondary, and vitality being final. Because you're not built to fight. I mean, you're not built to survive, you're built to fight. So, what do we want? We don't want that. Strength and dexterity, we do want that. But that's the level 8 one, so we want this one here. Give us an eye patch. Okay. Level 5, Discipline of War, strength and dexterity. Just gives strength for that one though, but it's for gladiators and whatnot. So we want the ones here. That one there, strength and dexterity. Okay, gloves. Intellect and mind. No, the midst of 8, so we don't want that one. So we don't have level 5 gloves? Do I have level 5 gloves on? No, I've only got level 1 gloves. So that's interesting, I can't get gloves. Oh yep, there we go, right there. I missed it somehow. So yep, we'll do that one. Leather belt. We'll take strength and dexterity. Oh, what did I just do? So we don't have belts. Okay, so back up here. And legs and feet. Okay, so I don't need to worry about the belt. That's fine. Boots. I think we've already got level 5 boots, so that's fine. Okay. Back over here. Let's equip all this. So, a nice easy way to do it. So you've got this button up here that just does recommended gear. Brings it all up, and all you gotta then do is just go equip, and we're good. So the only thing that we're missing is a belt, which is fine because we don't need that. Come back over here, talk to old bud. He'll inspect us, say, yep, we're all good. And we'll take that, because we don't really need that, so we're gonna just take the gold. Roll actions. So there we go. Okay. So second win instantly restores your own HP. That's alright. Now we're going to talk about something a little bit different, guys. Multiple action bars. Here we go. So what you do then is you go to... Whoop, not that one. We don't want that one. That's a lot too much for now. Character creation is the one we want. Configuration. Okay, now we want hotbars. So we're going to need some long bars. So what do we want? We want 7, 8, 9. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them over here. Those ones can go over there. I don't want 8 actually. 8 is not needed. I want... That is not in line. That's going to do my head in. There we go. Still a bit low. Just a bit high. Perfect. Okay. So we want a 2v6. Okay. So this 2b6, I'll put that over here. Okay, so that can go over here now, because that's a healing spell, so we're going to leave him over there. I'm going to put a few things over in these bars here. So you got your teleport and your return. Go over there. Your speed can stay there. I need another 3. Where is my pet hotbar? It's not there, so we'll just move that down here a bit further. Okay, speed can go up here. Okay, so we're going to apply that and we're going to close that off. Oh, we're also going to share these. Okay, so next, wait. Where did my abilities just go? Wow, okay. Right, so we want to get these back in order. Get those back in there. Second wind's there. Limit break, so your DPS classes will have a limit break, so we'll do that. Put that there. Actually, we'll move that a bit further central. There we go. I want... What else is there that we need? So sprint fell off, so we'll put that back. Main commands. So we want an armory chest. I'll put him over here. Inventory's there, currencies are all there. Actions and traits. We'll put that up here as well. Duty. Soon we'll need these, so we want Duty Finder in here as well. Timers is a good thing to have on hand, so keep them over here. New game. Yeah, right, okay. Recommendations is a good thing to have as well. That sort of pops up. Journal. Okay, never mind that. We'll ignore that one for the moment. Okay, so that's all for that one. For logs, yeah, we'll throw the hunting log out here as well. Later on, we'll need a... No, not the gathering log, sorry. Challenges log. So put that there with that. Get a bit of organisation going on, guys. Got the travel, so party. Got ready checks down. Alright, so you got your party members. It shows you who's in your group and whatnot. Got your way markers so you can... Okay, so that's something that's handy for down the track. We won't really need those because we're not really doing dungeoning. Signs... Yep, so that just marks your mobs with what you want to do. Go off a ready check. If you're in a group, it's all good, and a countdown. So if you want to do a countdown, do a 5-second countdown. Nice and simple. All the things you need. Right there. Social, so we want free companies later on. Housing, housing's fun to have. Fellowship Finder, viewed the list of fellowships currently recruiting members and join them. Okay. Don't really know much about fellowships, I guess, so... Fair enough. Got your contacts, so if you've got any friends and whatnot, there they'll be. Friends list. Wait, what's this contacts? Right, so if you've been in a party with someone and you run to party up with them or thank them later on, you can just hit that contacts and they'll all be just there. Link shells, it's an easy way to communicate with people. Free companies is your guild or your alliance, whatever you want to call him. And yeah, so we don't need any of that. So then you go system. Oh, there's that yawn again. We don't really need any of that. Okie dokie. Then your extras. Bit of fun. There we go. So that should keep my bars all nicely set up. For now. Okie dokie. Okay, so here we go. So don't forget to relock your bars. Cool, there's some fair few little fates going on at the moment. There's a few ways to do that there. You can do it that way, or don't stand in the red. Red is our wing. Well, that was easy enough. We might actually just duck down there real quick and do that one there. It's level 5, so we'll be synced up properly with that. Do a quick fate. Show you what I mean with you'll take damage if you're in combat. You won't die. Gonna pop one of those potions. So, fates are a great way to get a little bit extra pocket, a bit more money, a bit more experience. It also gives you a chance to sort of play around with your skills and know what you got to do. And there we go. So that we got quite a dose of experience and some money alongside it. And good news is we've got some hunting log here to do as well. Oh, there's only 2, but I needed 4. There's another one. There we go. So fates are a good little bit of extra stuff to do. In the later game, you actually get more rewards from more than just guild and experience, so it's good to have. Good to have on hand. Long, tedious walks. Once we get to level 20, I believe, we'll get mounts, so that'll be something to look forward to as well. Okay, take that silver or the gold. Or might actually be worthwhile. Yeah, we're gonna do that one this time around. So we're back to that. Just want to equip him. So as I said before, guys, if you ever got some gear there and you think, oh, I might be able to actually upgrade some stuff, if you've seen your bags, you hit that button up here, the recommended gear. It'll automatically do it for you, and all you've got to do is hit equip, and we're done. That's as easy as that. Something we might not have done. Let's go. Where would it be? UI settings, maybe? Nope. Nope, not display names. Where would it be? I can't remember where it is. Anyway, never mind that. We'll work that out later. Ah, the enthusiastic adventurer. I was hoping we'd bump into each other. Why? Because the most fascinating place. A piece of news recently reached my ears, and I'm eager to share it. May I? Of course, why not? I'm all ears. Rumour has it that there is a vast, untapped vein of ore beneath the ruins of Sildar. But that's not all. Inconceivably, the concerned appears to be entirely ignorant of its existence. And even as we speak, a young upstart, self-made merchant from Stone Throw, of all places, is moving to claim it. The fellow's name is Weston, and he is very, very ambitious young man. Not only does he intend to secure exclusive excavation rights, but they say his master plan is to use his new fortune to curry some favour with the Sacrarium. Sacrarium? Anyway, of course, the Thaumaturges only consider the opinions of most wealthy when drafting the laws of Uldar. If you would have your voice heard, you must be prepared to pay the Sultan's ransom. One voice which invariably heard belongs to Lolorito. Oh, good old Lolorito. He has long lavished Gil upon the thaumaturges, and some claims that he deserves, and devises new laws with the express intention of ruining the competitors while protecting his own interests. Suffice to say, if Weiston thinks that he can compete with the likes of the Syndicate, he's in for a rude awakening, but that eventually may yet be a little way off. For the present, he's moving ahead with his plans and assembling a team to survey the site. Told is at the Coffer and Coin right now, recruiting able-bodied adventurers to escort his prospectors. Warren said that you were looking for work. Mayhap you could meet Winston and volunteer for his expedition. Alright, let's go meet Winston. Let's go do it. We'll head on down. Back to the good old Coffer and Coin, which is a better name than the Coffer and Coffin. There was a rock. A rock stopped my way. Mr. Weiston, come to join. Sorry, but you're too late. Sir Brass Blades looking for extra coin volunteered, and the team's already en route to the ruins. But look, I know it's not easy to find work these days. If you're interested, there's something else you can do for me. There's these little children outside, little ones, from Stone's Throw. I look after them when I've time to spare. And so, they've taken to follow me around, even when I tell them not to. But with the overseeing of the search for the vein, I barely have a chance to visit the privy at the moment. Much less entertain young'uns. Can you give them these ginger cookies and convince them to go home for me? Oh, look, I don't really feel comfortable with this quest, to be honest. It's a little bit creepy. Big man, big tall elven guy, handing a bunch of kids some cookies. Yeah, look, I don't know how I feel about this. I ain't going nowhere, mister. I'm too hungry to move. Besides, so you'll have to carry me. How about I just give you a cookie? A cookie? Well, if Winston really wants me to go home, then alright. But I want 2 next time. Yeah, alright, fine, greedy little child. Next child. But Winston always plays with us. Why won't he come out and play? Look, he's a busy man and he's got things to do, so here's a cookie. Wow, a ginger cookie? I'd better save some for my brother. I know. I'll go home and eat it with him. Are you open? Next child. What are you doing out here, child? Winston's kind to us. I like him. Here, have a cookie, young fella. This is for me? I want to eat it, but then again, I don't, because then it'll be gone. Tell Winston thanks, and tell him that I'm sorry for getting in the way. Okie dokie. Bye, child. Next child. I like playing with Winston. He makes sure no one bullies us. Do you want a cookie, darling? Winston's worried about us? Oh, I don't want to make you worried. I'm a good girl, so I'll go home. Okay. Bye, darling. You'll be good now. Alright, that's dealt with. Problem solved. Little Oben coming over to say hi. Hi, Oben. Thank you, adventurer. I only wish I could do more. Stone's Thrown's no place for children. Not that my childhood was much happier. Even enough food to go round, nor work to earn it, but no shortage can... Oh, wow, I think I might need my glasses soon. But things could only get better. What's up, Burton? I say enough money you can change the laws here, so I'm going to make a fortune and do just that. I'll buy the excavation rights and start my own mining business. Then I'll give my fellow refugees the work they've been crying out for, and pay them fairly. The mining companies have profited from our suffering for too long. But in the hubris, they've grown complacent. So have a lot of people with this COVID stuff right now. They're getting too complacent, and now we're in lockdown. It's good for me. I can stream to you guys more. Bit hungry, baby. You should join me, my friend. Come and bear witness to history in the making. Alright, let's go see what Winston's found. Ugh. Wonder if we'll have time to do that one. Yeah, get a few feats done while we're at it, why not? Don't stand in red. There we go. Easy peasy. And lots of experience. This could be a bad idea. We might be a little bit underleveled for this. Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, mindful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stone soul. Alright, him be big guy. Come here. Do some flippy flippies. Smash some faces. Oh, big rocky slide. Never stand in red stuff. Never. Be destroyed. Now we meet La Habrea. The man is no ordinary adventurer. Of course you've missed the fun, Thancred. Sounds like Odin needs to say hello to someone. So, Thancred's a bit of a playboy. I forgot about that part. Yeah, I don't need a dog chasing me. A lot to read and a lot to get through, isn't it? But it's worth it in the end. Oh, that was easy enough. Gotta do a few of these for the quest log, or my hunting log. So that's that one done. Another fate up along here as we're coming up the stairs. We'll do that one. One's almost done, so we'll just go up and do this one. And that's it. Another one done. Keep looking for my chocobo. I don't have him yet. Oh, that's still at 58%, which means we should be able to do this one over here too. And another one done. Getting them fates done nice and quickly. So if I jump from here, I won't die, but I'll lose almost all health. Okie dokie. Right, well, at this point, we've got to go back to Uldar. So, the best way to do that is we teleport, but that's going to cost money. So, we'll do it. A small expense for a small price to pay for a bit of comfort. Oh, we're in the wrong spot. Can't gain access that side. It'll be over here. Okay, so there we go. Now we have an in room. This would be a good spot to do some personal designing. This here is a good way to make guild levies is a good way to make some extra money. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my dear, there it is again. Guild levies are good because if you're in a spot of bother and you need to do some leveling up, a bit of quick leveling up, you can do guild heists. They will help you immensely. They've got large doses of EXP, they're level based, and they come with a lot of money. And there's a daily limit to each one, so once you reach your daily limit, that's about it. But doing those will significantly increase your guild income. We might actually call it there for a bit, guys. I'll have a quick break, and we will have a look. What have we got? I might have a look at this real quick. 1 second. going to jump over to this fellow over here. Who's doing a... What have we got? A little bit of goldsmithing and whatnot over here, I think he's doing. He's got a bit going on over here. So if I do this right, we'll see if I can do it right. Give me one sec. Okay, so I'll jump over here, go over to here, Stream Manager. For Twitch anyway, we could do that. So let's see if this will work. Hit that, give it a rate, guys. We're going to jump over here and we're going to chill out with him for a little bit, I guess. See how we go. Thank you all, guys, for coming along. It has been fantastic. I will be back soon, and we'll get into a little bit more a little bit later on, guys. Thank you for coming along, and I appreciate everything you guys do for me. Be good and have fun. Let's see what he's doing over there. It should be working. Why is it not working? So, yeah, okay. Thanks a lot, guys. It's been real. Be good. Have fun. Love yous all. I'll be back shortly to be on again. We'll be on the main account tomorrow, a little bit later, and yeah, just gotta go do some shopping and whatnot. But guys,